Dennis Maliani is the founder of Apotheka Systems. His vast experience in the tech space spans 15 years at world-class tech, media, financial, retail, and healthcare systems, encompassing startups to Fortune 500 conglomerates. Thanks, Dennis. I'll let you take it away.
Okay, thank you so much for the invite, and I'm glad to join. To start with, they've already done an introduction about me. Dennis, CEO of Apotheka Systems, and also the founder. I won't dive heavily into the technology. I think Maya has done a great job of, explaining how decentralized identity works. Our technology as a company, we're a SaaS company that is creating unique IDs on the blockchain to include validating and decentralizing your data. But the underlying architecture, the three principles as we're building our technology or even any use cases is really data security, data integrity, and interoperability, how you can share really your data securely on the blockchain, and also monetizing that. So we're all about Web3, decentralizing of data, and also tokenization. So I'll jump into one of the use cases that we're doing with athletes, and also we play in the healthcare space heavily. So it's the hyper-quantified athletes and sports non-fungible tokens. So that gives you an idea of day-to-day how really we're using IDs, data, and also monetization aspect of it to encompass the Web3 phase we're in right now. I've gone through about us. We have a patent, by the way, that was granted last year about digital IDs on the blockchain around healthcare. And how that works is that we're taking things like your name, date of birth, social security number, adding in biometric information, including your fingerprint, iris scan, and also DNA. So that can help you create those unique IDs that are industry agnostic. You can use them in healthcare, you can use them in financial industry, DeFi space in terms of KYC, AML. So depending on where you are, the IDs really can be used anywhere with that type of information. We're industry agnostic, built on JP Morgan Quorum Ethereum, which is now Consensus, but also we can play in other, blockchain ecosystems like Solana, Cardano. That's the way we've built our ecosystem. So quickly jumping into one of our use cases, working with athletes, just FYI, we also have a term sheet with the LA Clippers. We work with athletes to gather all their physical data, for example, how they're jumping, their movement, muscle fatigue, anything of that sort they're doing from head to toe. Using IoT devices like Hoop or maybe Apple Watches or anything, whatever they're using. We collect that data and then we put together their health data they want to share, they can opt in. And with that, we start creating unique NFTs, unique identities. And with that, they can move forward to, let's say, monetizing that, repackaging that, the data the way they want to do it, maybe in esports or anything of that sort to monetize it, or even do research in case of any player injuries, or things like in the metaverse and NFTs. So on the far right, we have the value prop, what really clients or even athletes get out of it. Because everything is on the blockchain, there's full transparency, so you're guaranteed ownership. The transferable, the non-transferable NFTs, they come to play as well. Because you know who owns what, you can really track all those things on the blockchain and also start monetizing that. Then you have the immunity to fraud. We have a Constellation enclave built around the security of your IDs and also the data themselves, the data itself. So there's that layer of security also. Then you have the dynamic also, let's say, versus static NFTs, meaning that the dynamic, you can track any milestones that athlete is doing. Let's say, for example, they're in college and they're moving to becoming a pro athlete. You can track all those highlights, and really they can either monetize them, use them for anything they wanna do. So this is also showing you how we're using data in various ways in sports, in terms of enhancing viewership experience, sports betting, adaptive training, exertion, injury prevention, excitement in the gamification of the data, and all other aspects. Let's say, for example, they can also partner with other brands, for example, Peloton, and create, experiences. You can follow your idol, how they are training, how they exercise, or how they do their diet, all those things. So just using the power of data and everything being decentralized. But at the end of the day, since you are in the identification area, all those things really come back to that one person, because you have, for us, that is the baseline really. Who are you? How can we identify you? And what is connected to you as a person? And when you look at the bigger picture, how can you start monetizing that as a person, or even working with any other brands or cross chains as you go through your career path? So this is the ecosystem pretty much, collecting data, picking and choosing whatever type of data you want to use. You have that ID that is created to the, that is attached to that athlete, that is unique to them. And then they can do, for example, selling of the NFTs on the either OpenSea or any other marketplaces. So it's really various use cases that we're playing in this field right now. But also another area briefly around healthcare. For example, we did a pilot with the VA getting access, retired vets who don't have access to care. So part of that also, you're looking at identifying them because they have various profiles within the VA, within the USS system. So how are you reconciling those profiles to identify this person is who he is, so that whenever he goes anywhere in any of the VA locations, for example, they can get care. And also you can track how they're doing post even going through any healthcare system. So in essence of time, briefly, that's what we do. Feel free to reach out in case you have any questions. And thank you again for the opportunity.
Thank you very much, Dennis. We appreciate it.